Okay. Let me film this way. Okay. What's up? It's me, Will. Just wanted to shoot a video. Um, Apparently we're on quarantine. Not because none of us have the coronavirus, but because to prevent us getting it. Um, and I'm sorry, I'm watching Victorious. Um, they're playing a little marathon on Teen Nick. So, um, anyways, uh, so we're doing social distancing. That's what it's called. And they said for about 2 weeks, or it could be longer. I just hope it doesn't last through the summer because it gets really nice here in the summer, here in Colorado, and I want to be able to go out and, do stuff. So if you're social distancing yourself, there are some things, and you are like going a little stir crazy after a few days in your home, apartment, whatever. There are a few things that you can do. Like what I'm doing. I'm watching TV, watching, um, I'm watching TV, watching movies, sorting through stuff. Like I can sort through my toys, um, my boxes of like old art projects that I did in school, um, all that stuff. Hold on, my dog's barking. He needs to go potty. I'm coming. Do you need to go potty? Come on. Ooh, it's raining. Yuck. It's raining and it's cold. Ew. I thought you had to go potty. Oh well. Big faker. Big faker. Yeah, you. You want to see something really cute? There's Charlie in his sweater. See, Charlie? You look so handsome. Alright. Let's see. I mentioned TV, videos, DVDs, sorting through stuff. You can, if you're really big into writing, I'm not, but if you're really big into writing, you can write about what you're going through. And or you can make videos like I'm doing. Have your own. If you don't have your own YouTube channel, just have your own YouTube channel. That's something you can do. You can do arts and crafts if you're big into that, or if not, you can put together a puzzle. You can do word finds. Like these jumbo word find pads. You can create your own comic book. With you can work with stampers like I have a 101 Dalmatian rubber stamp set. And one that says incredible. and one that says terrific. I have other ones too, but if it's just an idea to give you something to do. Um, so anyway, oh, update on my weight, because I need to lose weight in order to get on testosterone. I have lost a little over 4 pounds. 3-4 pounds, and that's just in a couple of days. I'm doing Weight Watchers. I was on it before in high school, my senior year, and I lost 30 pounds. So I went from 190 to 160, and it was fantastic. And it works, because it worked for me before. So now I weigh just below 235 and just a little bit above 235 and a half. We have one of those old medical scales that has the little weight thing. So anyways, I guess that's basically it. Oh, you can play video games. Duh, of course. And if you're in school, you can do schoolwork. I know if you're a kid and you're like in high school, middle school, whatever, and your school's probably closed because of this whole coronavirus thing, this COVID-19 type of pandemic, you can do schoolwork. I know that sounds lame, but you can. You can get caught up or be ahead of the class. Me personally, I would like not do any of it. That's me personally. But on that subject, if you're a trans youth and you want to know, I wish I transitioned when I was younger, like in middle school, high school. Of course, if I had transitioned in 7th and 8th grade, probably wouldn't have gone too well, because I was in a class for 7th and 8th grade with the same teacher, who was a bully. And she only favored the popular kids, and I was the only one that could stand up to her and say, you can't control your own classroom. I probably shouldn't have said that, being like 13, 14 years old, but I did. 2 weeks before 8th grade graduation, my 8th grade graduation, that we had a meeting. It was my teacher, me, my parents, assistant principal, the special ed ladies who ran the special ed department, and my teacher's like, I want her to go to a different classroom. At the time, I wasn't her. I want her to go to a different classroom for 2 weeks. And they all stared at her and said, this is what they said. They said, are you nuts? You're stuck with her. And even I was like, all I did was smile, because I was like, I get to make your life a living hell. Because you made my life a living hell, I get to make your life a living hell. And then I found out she had a kid years later. And I'm like, oh my God, that kid's going to need so much therapy. But in high school, I probably would have been okay to transition. But I didn't know what trans was. I just knew I wasn't a girly girl or a girl. I wanted to be a boy. And I didn't know how to, go about getting information or anything like that. But it was after high school, after I graduated, that I was getting information about top surgery from a doctor in New York, and I was living in Minnesota at the time, and my mom's like, "What are you doing?" And I told her, and she's like, "Well, why are you doing that?" And I said, "Mom, I don't feel like a girl. I feel like a boy." And I don't, ever since my boobs started growing, I knew I did not want them. I wanted them gone. I mean, I was talking at age 11 and a half, 12, asking my mom, "Hey, can I get these removed?" And she kept saying no. Because I'm like, I really hate them and I don't like them. And because at the time we didn't know that that was a possibility. So, anyways, I transitioned May 4th. May 4th, 2008, I came out to my whole family. That was the day I was diagnosed with gender dysphoria. And I came out to my whole family, came out to my dad later on in that day. And he was hoping it was a phase, that his daughter wasn't going to turn into his son. But it's not a phase, Dad. When I was younger, I used to really resent my dad because I seriously thought, no, seriously, I seriously thought that he could control his sperm chromosome thing. Like, I'm like, why did you decide to give me an X chromosome and not a Y? I seriously thought that he could control that. And I was a kid. What do you expect? And I really resented my dad for that. And I was really pissed at him for years until I figured out that that's not how it's done. That's not how it's done. And um and I felt pretty bad about it. I never told my dad, um but all those years I was resenting him for something he couldn't even control. So it was, yeah, I was a kid. What do you expect? I didn't know. For the stuff I know now, if I had known back then, it would have been a whole lot easier and better to be on testosterone in like high school, because then I would have had top surgery, had my hysterectomy, um, would have been on testosterone, would have had lower surgery already. So, 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 anyways, that's basically it. Um, if you have any more questions about, well, I haven't gotten any questions, but if you have any questions about, like, what it was like growing up, feeling more like a boy than a girl. Um, oh, let me quickly um, dive into, I dated as a straight woman. I dated boys. I dated young boys, and they would ask me if we could sleep together, and I'd say no because I didn't feel like, um, that's what um, that what was I talking about? Can't remember. I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh, I remember. But they were like, okay, uh, can we sleep together? And I'd be like, no, because I didn't go into it, but I knew I needed to be like the dude having sex, not the woman having sex. And I went out with this one boy a couple of times, and of course he cheated on me, um, and I basically kicked him to the curb. And anyways, I I after I moved here again back in 2010 or 2000, yeah, it was 2010. Um, that my that my ex-boyfriend called me, or I called him, I don't remember, but I'm not going to say his name because he still lives in Minnesota, and I'm not going to say his name. Let's just call him my ex, okay? And I told him, because I hadn't seen him in a couple of years, and like 2 or 3 years, and and I told him, that I was, he actually asked me out again, and I was like, dude, I'm living in a different state, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go out with you because I've changed. I'm a transgendered person, female to male, and I got my top surgery. I got my boobs removed. And he's like, no, you didn't. And I was like, yes, I did. And I had a video and on YouTube, and I said, go watch this. And he did, and he called me back, and he's like, I can't believe you did that. And I was like, dude, I hated my boobs. I know you loved them, but I hated them. And you were not in my body. You don't have to live with my body and hating what you have on your body. Because it felt like my body was betraying me. Betraying me when I started growing boobs, when I started my period. It felt like my body was betraying me. And so I went ahead, and I haven't heard from him since. That was the last time I talked to him and heard from him, and that was basically it. So anyway, hold on a second. Okay, I had to take off my sweatshirt because I was hot. So, alright, even though I have my ceiling fan going, I was hot. So, alright, well, if you have any questions or anything, or if you want advice or anything like that, I'm not on Twitter, I'm not on Instagram. I probably should be, but I just want, if you want to know anything else about me, shoot it down in the comments, hit that like button, and hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.